All right, so kudos to Abby for finding this week's bad take of the week.
I don't feel proud of this. Like, I feel bad that I had to bring this to you.
Oh my God. And so, anytime, I love you guys, whenever you want to send me, like you come across something and you want to nominate it for bad take of the week, please send it to me. I will suss it out, see if it's satire or not. So this comes from George.camel on TikTok. He is not the bad take. I want to clarify. He's on there with a friend and they're discussing this story that they have, which is the bad take. And this is a husband who wants his wife to cover the hospital bill for the birth of their child.
So this woman recently gives birth, and her husband demands that she pay the entire hospital bill herself. They've been married 7 years. She just had their first baby 3 months ago. They split everything in their marriage 50-50 when it comes to finances and generally keep their money separate. And everything seemed to be going pretty well until they received the hospital bill for this birth. So here's the deal. She planned to give birth without any medication, but after 24 hours of labor, decided to do the epidural. And when the bill came, her husband expected her to pay the entire $8,000 bill herself. She asked why. He said, "You're the one who couldn't hold out for a few more hours, and you jacked up the bill, and I shouldn't have to pay for all of these extra requests." And then finally, if she wanted luxury, she should expect to pay for it.
Oh my God.
Now, if you're wondering all the extra, what jacked up this bill? Well, of course, the epidural, very expensive. Lactation consultant, nursery fee, extra night stay, postpartum supplies, any food she ate. So all of that made the bill go up. And so he goes, "Well, that was your decision, so you should pay for that. That's not coming out of my pile of the pot." So she ended up paying the entire bill on her own. And she's now wondering and questioning, are her feelings valid, John?
It's an insane relationship. But here's the thing. I do want to call out. There's I don't know, 10 million people listening right now. Half of you, and I know it's half of you because that's how much negative press we get. I'm not going to share a checking account. I'm not going to share bills. We split this thing 50-50. This is the end result of that. And if it's not, if you're like, no, I mean, I would help with the baby. Where's your line, dude? When you set up a my life and your life and we're married under the same roof, this is the root of that crap that happened.
Cassie, I'm going to let you take the floor because your face says you want it.
I'm just like if they had agreed before the birth that they were going to split the costs, that's one thing. But that's the mother of your child, and mom needs to be functioning in order to keep baby alive. So you gotta, I'm just floored that anyone would even have this stance. And I'm not saying this next part lightly, but I would immediately start thinking divorce at that, because it to me shows you
it's callous.
It's callous. I was in so much pain. This is our child we decided to have together. 24 hours, like, oh my God, that is so much pain. And then if my husband were to be like, well, you decided you couldn't hold out, so you had the luxury of that. That says everything I need to know about how much he respects me and respects our child and our relationship, that you aren't willing to go in 50-50 with me. And that's what we had agreed upon, so I could have our child. And I can't imagine as like somebody who has a 3-month-old at home like this woman does, but I would not be in the house for a while.
Is this going on to your list of another reason why not to have a kid?
Yeah. The husband is going to make me pay $8,000. But you know what? Divorce sounds cheaper at this point, so maybe I won't get married either.
I think the good news here is I think this is an anomaly. I think this is very, very rare. This guy is so unhinged that he would make his wife cover the entire hospital bill for their child. And what the guy said at the end, as far as like keeping accounts separate and stuff like that, like if you start like that, this could be the end result. Like, what's your line of what you're willing to chip in on and pay and whatnot. But in this instance, and the fact that hopefully you were there and you were witnessing your significant other, your spouse, go through this. So the thing that got me, and my husband was there at my side when I tried to, turn Jimmy because he was breech, and that was a very intense procedure. And then he was there when I was in the operating room and I had a C-section, and he saw he saw everything I went through. The fact that this man saw this woman go through 24 hours of labor and then finally Kelly caved and said, okay, I'll do the epidural, and still wanted her to pay for the entire bill. He's a monster.
Well, I want to know what other gaslighting he's doing at home for her to be like, are my feelings valid? Monster!
The Bert Show.